Well, hello, everybody. This is Eric Worre. Welcome to Fearless Recruiting, the 5 secret strategies I use to go from failure to over $15 million in network marketing. Let me start off by congratulating you on making the decision to participate in this webinar. We're going to cover a lot of information over the course of the next hour, and when we're done, I'm convinced it's going to be one of the most important hours of your network marketing career. I don't think I have to tell you that our profession is at a crossroads. So many people are doing so many things wrong when they're out there spreading the word, and it's hurting all of us. But the good news is there's a solution. If you've struggled with recruiting, if you've damaged relationships, if you've run out of people to talk to, if you've been overwhelmed by rejection, if you ever get discouraged, if you struggle with duplication, getting people to pull the trigger, even if you're recruiting but you can't get other people to engage, the next hour is going to unlock the secrets of all the top achievers. And it's going to deliver it to you in a way where you can act on it immediately. Things can begin to change for you today. My biggest question for you up front is this: do you really want this? There's no question in my mind that network marketing is a better way than all the other options out there to create wealth, to create lifestyle, to create freedom, but you've got to want it. I think you want it, otherwise you wouldn't be on this webinar. But I will tell you, this part, the desire part, is really important. You have to decide, and we're going to talk about mindset in just a few minutes, but you have to decide that you really want this. Let me give you a little bit of background on me. I've been involved in the network marketing profession for 24 years. During that time, I've become a serious student of the difference between what sounds good and what really works. I've studied the greats. I've analyzed their results and how they got them. And the result is I've built organizations totaling more than 500,000, over 500,000 distributors in over 60 countries around the world. That doesn't happen by accident. I've trained over 250,000 people face-to-face in more than 30 countries. I've built Network Marketing Pro. Many of you may know about networkmarketingpro.com as a platform to give back and raise our profession to a level that it's never enjoyed before. In just a few years, Network Marketing Pro has become the most watched online training site for our profession and has well over 50,000 members actively participating in the process of going pro in network marketing. Maybe most important for some of you watching this program, I've earned over $15 million in network marketing over the past 24 years, and I know this is just a stack of $1 million. I didn't quite know how to illustrate what $15 means, but put a big stack of cash out there. I don't say any of that stuff to impress you. I say it so you know I'm not just some self-appointed guru who's going to talk theory with you. I've been where you've been. I've achieved what most of you want to achieve, and there are some tremendous lessons I learned the hard way. Today, I want to make it easier for you to get on the path to massive MLM success. All of you want this. There's a path that can get you there, and today I'm going to share some of those secrets. As I mentioned to you before, today network marketing is at a critical crossroads, and we do have a better way, but for anyone to actually achieve what they really want in this profession, we have to face the hard truth. And if you're willing to accept some hard truth, I'm going to share some with you. Hard truth number 1. Almost everyone joins network marketing with a lottery mentality. They hear the presentation that, hey, it's easy. Everyone can do this. There's no training required. The product sells itself. Everything is done for you. And they think, I think I can think of 3 or 4 other people who might do this. And if they do, I'll get my money back. And who knows, I might actually make a few bucks. Once their mental candidate list is long enough to take away their risk, they pull the trigger and they sign up. And once they sign up, they go to their prospects with virtually no training and no skills and try to take this risk and pass it on to somebody else. Most of the time, the prospects sense what's going on. They provide some resistance, and you usually say no thanks. Then the new distributor gets discouraged. They have their little lottery ticket here. They get discouraged, and they quit. And they usually quit using the product, too. They just walk away saying, hey, network marketing doesn't work. I tried it. I've been there. I've done it. Now, I'll tell you what. It's the biggest joke, and it has to stop. We have to stop saying anything to sign up a new person. We have to equip the new distributor to get started properly. We have to set some proper expectations. The idea of let's get other people to do the work and maybe we can make some money has to stop. It's a dead-end road. And those that are promoting that philosophy are hurting themselves as much as they're hurting the profession. Hard truth number 2. Everyone in our profession seems to be stuck on the phrase, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. In other words, don't worry about how to do anything. Just worry about why to do something. Everybody's just stuck on this why. You got to have your strong why. You need to know your why. You know, when the why takes care of itself, the how, the how will automatically follow. That's not always true. I will tell you, yes, it's important. Of course it's important to have strong reasons for building your network marketing business. But reasons alone won't get you there. Listen to me. Reasons alone won't get you there. You have to develop some skills. As a profession, we've minimized those skill development ideas to the level of the ridiculous. Everyone's wandering around with almost no learned abilities, and they're making us all look like idiots. I've been doing this for 24 years, and I'll tell you something. The average 7th grader spends more time learning, studying, and practicing in one school year than the average network marketing distributor spends in their entire year. People don't do homework in network marketing. They do homework in the 7th grade to learn a new skill. They don't do homework in network marketing. They cross their fingers. They go out there, and they hope for the best. They say, you know what, I'm attracting success. I'm just going to be enthusiastic, and that's going to take care of everything. Enthusiasm alone is not going to get you there. You have to dedicate yourself to learning new skills in network marketing. You can hope and wish and attract success all you like, and it's not going to show up without skills. When the why is strong enough, hopefully you'll go get the skills. You'll take the classes. You'll get the courses in order to become a professional. But sitting there out there with a great attitude and, lots of ambition without skills, you're going to run up against a brick wall. See, instead of ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, I'd much prefer knowledge on fire, skills on fire, abilities on fire, professionals on fire. Why do you think I call the website that we have Network Marketing Pro? Because it's a different mindset to approach network marketing as a career, as a profession, than it is to approach it as a project, as a deal, as some short-term thing. See, the idea of being professional, going pro, is hugely important to your success in network marketing. So that's hard truth number 2. We've got to get to the skills in order to be able to get to the lifestyle that we want. Hard truth number 3. I've been involved in network marketing for 24 years. I've talked to everybody. I have polled everybody. I've surveyed people. I've traveled all over the world. And there's one place where all the pain is in network marketing. All the pain in network marketing is in recruiting. There's one constant. The skill of recruiting is the gateway skill. We don't spend enough time training on this topic, and the result is devastating. People go out there with their why in place, all full of enthusiasm, and they get absolutely crushed because of their lack of ability. As a result, relationships are damaged. People end up in the no friends club. Our entire profession gets a bad reputation. Distributors end up feeling so bad about themselves and start thinking, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm just no good at this. This is just another thing that I failed at. You know, it's for other people, but it's not for me. It's not you. It's the training. The recruiting skill can be learned, just like you learned math or science or how to tie your shoes. But you need training. You've got to be able to go out there and get the skills. Training is where it's all at. It will unlock the doors for you, and it'll create a life for you that few people can even imagine. Now, I've been where you've been. I'm not telling you this to say, you know, look, I've never had issues. In my first 3 years in this profession, I rebuilt my organization 7 times. If anything I've just said resonated with you, it's because I've gone through all of it. I've lived all of these issues and more. All those hard truths, I know the pain of looking like an idiot, getting rejected, running out of people to talk to, experiencing no-shows, the works. My early years in network marketing were desperate times. Like I said, I rebuilt my organization 7 times in my first 3 years. I'd build it up just to see it fall apart. And I'd do it again and again and again. Each time my list of prospects grew smaller, my confidence grew weaker, my friends grew more distant. When I look back on it, the only thing that really kept me going was the fact that I had no place else to go. I wasn't really hireable. I barely escaped high school. I had no college degree, 22 jobs before I got involved in network marketing. I guess what I'm saying is, if you've ever had a hard day in network marketing, I've had 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them, no joke. Bad days. But here's where we introduce some good news. After years of failure, I finally figured it out. And you can too. This doesn't have to be a mystery for you. This doesn't have to be an elusive dream. This doesn't have to be the situation where you feel bad about yourself inside of the network marketing profession. There's a way out. And I'm going to describe the things that changed for me from when I started and was failing in network marketing, and what took me from going from failure to over $15 million in this great profession. So strategy number 1, I told you I'm going to share 5 strategies with you. Strategy number 1 is the $1 million mindset. See, my big breakthrough started when I began to change the way I was thinking. When I was failing, I was always looking for the shortcut, the angle, the promotion, the special tactic, or the magical approach. I wasn't looking at me. During my early years, I tried to make up with enthusiasm what I lacked in skill, and eventually that burned out. The turning point for me was deciding to figure out the skills I needed to develop, and for the first time in my life, to be an excellent student. Now, I did that because I was a bad student, but some of you have been good students or bad students, it doesn't matter. You've got to become a student in this profession again. You've got to learn from the ground up again. So I'm going to give you several steps that really revolutionized and changed my life in developing the $1 million mindset. Number 1 is to dedicate yourself to mastering the skills. I decided that, you know what, I wasn't going to be stopped. I was not going to be stopped. I was just going to develop the skills, and if someone else knew how to do something, I was going to find out what they knew, and I was going to become a great student, and I was going to practice what they knew until it became second nature to me. Then I was going to find the next person who developed, you know, some other aspect of business building, and I was going to find out what they learned, and I was going to become the best student in the world, and I was going to study and practice and master the skills. That was my mindset. It was all about skills. The money would come if I got the skills. I wasn't focused on the money, the rank advancement, the income, any of those things. I was only focused on mastering the skills. Step 2 was realizing that while I was mastering the skills, there's no good and no bad experiences, only learning experiences. Up until then, I was just totally a servant to my emotions. If I had a bad day, I would just, beat myself up, destroy myself, be totally depressed. If I had a good day, I was great. So I was kind of slave to other people's responses. And when I realized that there's no good and there's no bad, there's only learning, I was able to relax and learn no matter what happened. If I had a great day, I'd learn from it and repeat it. If I had a terrible day, I could learn from it and avoid some of those problems in the future. So this was liberating for me. This was a major milestone for me, realizing there's no good and there's no bad, only learning. So if my focus was on step one, dedicating myself to mastering the skills, then realizing there's no good or no bad. It's all one big classroom. It's all one big game to help me understand how to crack the code and master those skills. Step three was setting proper expectations for myself. See, I've learned something. I've learned it takes about 1 year to become competent and profitable in network marketing. It takes about 3 years of focused work to replace whatever you're earning right now. It takes about 5 years to become a high-income earner, and it takes about 7 years to become a world-class network marketing professional. After talking with everybody, analyzing it all, that's what it took. That's what it takes. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, to just get yourself going. 3, to develop enough skills to be able to replace your income. 5, to be a high-income earner. And 7, to become world-class. That's what it takes, 1, 3, 5, 7. And Malcolm Gladwell was right in the book Outliers when he reported that it takes about 10,000 hours for a person to become an expert in any field. 10,000 hours. 4 hours a day, 365 days a year for 7 years is 10,220 hours. 4 hours a day, round the clock, or year round, for 7 years will get you to 10,000 hours. I did that much in my first 7 years, and that's what it took for me to become an expert. So once I realized that if I worked on my skills and put in the time, I'd become world class, and I came to feel like I couldn't be stopped. I was going to go to the top and nothing could stop me. And I'm telling you, that's a good feeling. So just know that if I put in the time, I set the expectations, I focus on skills, no good or bad experiences, I'm going to be okay. Step 4 was a hard one, learning how to employ myself. Most of us have been conditioned to do what we're told. In corporate life, anywhere we happen to make a living. In network marketing, you're going to get paid for what you do when no one's looking. See, I performed when other people were looking in my very early years, and I learned to really go to work for myself and perform when no one's looking, when no one's checking in on me. I learned to really work for myself, to report to myself, to be accountable to myself. I learned how to do that, and you can too. Step number 5 was critical, respecting the laws of association. That's to understand the laws of association. If I continued to spend time with negative people, I was going to continue to have negative results. I learned to limit my time with negative influences in my life, and I worked really hard to spend more time with people and environments that would take me in the direction of my dreams. That was a life changer. Understanding that I couldn't go to another place with people that weren't going to another place. If they were staying the same or going in a different direction, that influence was going to be too powerful on me, especially in my early years, to even afford spending a lot of time there. So I just learned to spend more time with positive influences than I did with negative influences. Step 6 was understanding that there are 3 types of people in the world. There are pessimists, there are realists, and there are visionaries. And if I wanted big success in network marketing, the only thing I could be was a visionary. My days of being reasonable were over. My days of fitting in were over. If I wanted to become a big earner, I needed to become a visionary and just say, I have outrageous goals and outrageous vision, and I not a realist and certainly not a pessimist. I had to look at opportunity in every situation, no good or no bad experiences. I was going to become a master of network marketing. I was going to set proper expectations for myself to be able to do that. I was going to employ myself But not only was I going to do all these things, but I was going to become a visionary for other people. I was not going to be reasonable. I was not going to be a follower other than following the principles that worked and mastering the skills. I wasn't going to follow people that weren't going in the direction of my dreams. I was going to become a visionary, and I was going to start going in the direction of my own dreams. That was step number 6. And step number 7 in developing the $1 million mindset was to commit to continually developing myself in every possible way. It's one thing to learn network marketing skills, but it's another thing to continue to work on becoming a better person. So I became hooked on reading good books, on listening to good audio programs, on watching good video programs, on attending powerful events. It served me incredibly well. So those are the 7 steps that should change my life in developing the $1 million mindset to go to the top in network marketing. And the results: dedicate yourself, number 1, to mastering the skills. There are no good or bad experiences. Setting proper expectations, learning how to employ yourself, respecting the laws of association, becoming a visionary, and constant personal growth. The result was, I remember it happening almost like a physical switch flipped in my mind. I was at an event. I was employing these 7 steps. And I had a realization that nothing could stop me. Nothing. Didn't matter. Nothing and no one could stop me. Politics couldn't stop me. The fact I didn't have a college degree couldn't stop me. My temporary lack of skills couldn't stop me. Nothing could stop me. And once I realized that, I went, you know what? I'm going to be all right. I'm going to become world class. You know, add water, add 7 years, and you know what? I'm going to be world class because I'm going to lean into this thing, and I'm never going to stop. So that's strategy number 1, the $1 million mindset. Let me start talking about strategy number 2. We got to cover a lot of ground. Strategy number 2, how to never run out of quality prospects. See, there are 3 kinds of people in network marketing. Remember I talked to you about those lottery mentality people? It is so important to learn how to never run out of quality prospects. Let me describe how each kind approaches the topic of finding quality prospects. The posers create a mental list of prospects, approach them quickly without much preparation. Their success or failure is based on the response of that mental list. If the prospects respond well, they'll continue. If not, they'll quit. That's their entire business model. Come in with a few people that they think will probably do it, approach them, see what happens. If they say yes, they'll continue. If they say no, they're out. Bad business model, but that's their business model. Amateurs create a written list of people they assume will be interested. Then they proceed to drain that list. And when the list is gone, so is their business. So I will tell you what happened to me. I panicked. I'd been in the business for 3 years, and I was an amateur. I had a written list of people. I'd made it many different times. I drained that list, and when the list was gone, I was desperate. I was going to people say, what do? I don't know what to do. Everybody I know has heard about this, and some of you might be feeling that same thing. You know, your warm market, whatever. The people that you know, gosh, they've already said yes or they've said no. What do you do? I was panicked because I wanted to make this my profession. So I found out what professionals did. And here's what they did. They create an active candidate list with the focus being on active. They begin, like the amateurs, with writing down everybody they can think of. But then they continue when they remember people they didn't think of right away. So they add to the list. So the list grows. They continue when they meet new people. They add to the list again. Every time they meet somebody else, they develop a different kind of awareness to get their contact information. They don't have to prospect them right then, but they add them to the list. They continue when they make friends through social media. They add them to the list. They're not just a Facebook friend. They're a real friend. They put them onto a list. They don't go prospect them on Facebook. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they add them to the list. They continue when they join new organizations or do new things. Professionals are constantly growing the list. And here's the magic of it. These little formulas have really helped me. Professionals work to add at least 2 new contacts every day. 2 a day, just 5 days a week, is 520 new potential prospects every year. Do that for 3 years, and it's over 1,500 people. Do this as part of your life, and you'll never have to worry about finding people to talk to again. If your close friends and family are sick of you talking about your opportunity, start adding 2 a day, and you'll go way beyond that. Don't worry about it. That's what professionals do. I learned that this is a completely new muscle. Adding 2 a day is a new muscle. It's something that you don't think about doing in your regular life. But understand, these contacts, these potential prospects, are your inventory in this business. Those are the people you're going to go share this with, and hopefully teach them how to do the same. So you're constantly filling up your warehouse of inventory of people that you can approach when you want to, on your timetable. So yes, when you first get started, you're going to go make a warm market list. That's where everybody starts. But then the professionals learn how to develop this new muscle and continue to go 2 a day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Strategy number 3, how to invite properly. This one was critical because this is where everybody falls down. They don't know how to invite someone, and I'm going to try and give you an overview of what I learned. First thing I learned is a third-party tool is much better than just telling people about your opportunity. You're either inviting people to a tool or an event, a tool of some kind, a DVD, a CD, a magazine, website. Just, don't try and be the fact giver. Let the tool do the talking. Or an event of some kind, a home meeting, a group meeting, one-on-one or two-on-one, a webinar, conference call, 3-way call, some type of an event. Tool or an event, okay? That's what you're going to be inviting to. Now, what I will tell you is a little preparation goes a long way in our profession. You're told not to prepare almost. That's what I learned. This was the big breakthrough, that if I sat down, I realized that every person on my list could be worth $10,000 a year to $100,000 a year if I approach them right and I give them the opportunity to see this as something for their future. If I approach them wrong, not only do I blow their potential, but the people that they know, that they could help with our great profession, I blow their potential too. So doesn't it make sense to prepare a little bit for each interaction versus going out there ignorance on fire? What I learned how to do was an 8-step formula. An 8-step formula. I've trained this, I learned this the hard way, and I've trained this for years. The 8-step formula is, number 1, be in a hurry. When you get somebody on the phone, listen, I don't have a lot of time, I got to go, running out the door, I'm glad I caught you, because the psychology of being in a hurry will do several things for you. 1, people are attracted to people who are in a hurry. They got stuff going on. They'll listen different. And 2, it'll minimize questions and objections when you're doing an invitation. You want people to see the product or the opportunity in the best possible way. We're going to do that in the best possible way by having a third-party tool or an event share the information to them so they can actually really see it. So be in a hurry is number 1. Number 2 is the compliment. You will quadruple your results if you learn how to compliment your prospect at the beginning, a sincere compliment at the beginning of the invitation. If I call you and say, listen, I don't have a lot of time, I'm running out the door, got to go. However, I've always appreciated the fact that, you're my brother and you've always got my back and you're one of the most supportive people in the world. Family's important, and I just want to know I always appreciate the fact that you support me. Or a compliment, you're smarter in business than anybody I know. Or you've got the most health conscious person I know. You always got a smile on your face. You see things other people don't see. It doesn't matter. Whatever the compliment is, you put that compliment into your invitation formula, and your results will skyrocket, and your questions and objections will disappear. So that's part number 2. Part number 3 is to invite people. And the mistake that I learned how to avoid after about 3 years is to not do direct invitations too much. Let me tell you what I mean by that. A direct invitation is, I have an opportunity for you. There's a way for you to make some money. You don't like your job. You're looking for results. You're looking for something different. A direct approach can only be used to people that are either really close to you or really respect you. And 95% of people in network marketing use a direct approach for every single person they talk to, and it's a huge mistake. An indirect approach is, hey, I have something that I'd like you to take a look at. Let me know what give me your opinion. Would it work in this market? Do you think this product has legs? Whatever it would be. It's an indirect approach. Or saying, I found something, I'm excited about it, will you take a look at it and let me know what you think? So that's an indirect approach. You should use that most of the time. And then a super indirect approach. The super indirect approach is, you're not a prospect. I know that you're focused on what you're doing, but I'm looking for some people in this area that are money motivated, ambitious, maybe dissatisfied with what they've got going on, would like some additional cash flow, and could start something part-time from their home. If you knew some people, I know you know a lot of people, if you knew some people, maybe you can point me in the direction of some good people, and if you did, and if it works out, I can make it worth your while. Let me show you what I've got, and you can see if you might know some people like that. So a super indirect approach for the very influential. I learned how to think about my prospect and pick the invitation that was appropriate for them, not just one size fits all. You understand the difference? So that was the invite. Then, if I would you, the most powerful phrase in all of network marketing. I learned that this phrase done right, if I have a DVD and I go through the first 3 steps, and then I say, if I gave you this DVD that explained everything, would you watch it? If I gave you this CD that covered, gave a complete overview, would you listen to it? If I gave you this magazine, would you read it? If I gave you this website link that has a presentation on it, would you watch it? If I would you. It's so powerful. The next step is to get a time commitment. If they say yes, when do you think you could see it for sure? If I gave you this DVD, would you watch it? They say yes. When do you think you could see it for sure? And I wait for the answer. I ask the question first. They say yes, they'd watch it. Then I get a time commitment. When do you think you could see it for sure? I could see it by Friday. The next one is, so if I called you on Saturday, you have seen it for sure, right? They answer yes again. So what's the best number and time for me to call? And I get their number and I get the time, and then I get off the phone. I'm telling you, your chances of getting a proper exposure done, if I invited you to this private little meeting in my house, would you attend? If I gave you a DVD, would you watch it? If I gave you a CD, would you listen? If I gave you a website link, would you watch it? When do you think you'd watch it for sure? So if I called you after that, you'd watch it for sure, right? All right, what's the best number and time for me to call? Fantastic, I got to go. I'll talk to you then. This 8-step formula has become second nature to me. It's something that I practice. If you were paid $100,000 a year in a corporate job, every single one of you could master this in the space of 3 days. You can master this in network marketing, and you can teach your other people how to do the same thing. This 8-step formula is critical. Those are the 8 steps. Learn them, burn them into your brain, and get the information to be able to practice and perfect this, and then teach it to the world. Strategy number 4, how to present. There's 2 different concepts I want you to understand here. Both concepts changed my life. First was third-party tools to do the presentation. If I had a PowerPoint to do a presentation, that was going to be more powerful than my words. If I was doing a one-on-one, if I had a magazine or a DVD or a CD, any kind of a third-party tool that wasn't me, then when I was talking with my prospect, it would really help that person understand better than just my words. Understand? Third-party tools at all times. If your lips are moving with your prospects, you should be pointing, reading, introducing, or telling a story. If your lips are moving, you should be pointing, reading, introducing, or telling a story. Now, Here's the second part. This one really changed my career. You've got to decide that you're going to get in front of the room. You've got to decide. If you want to become a network marketing professional, get in front of the room. Start by telling your story. Do your testimonial. Here's, what I did prior to my network marketing opportunity. Here's what I didn't like about what I was doing. Here's what network marketing did for me. Here's what this company did for me, or this product did for me. You can do it for you too. Find a way to get in and do part of the presentation. Decide you're going to do that. You're going to learn it, and you're going to do it. Eventually develop so you can do all of the presentation. Your skills and your respect within your organization will skyrocket. And then ultimately become a trainer. Learn how to train inside of this business. Become a little bit ambitious as far as getting in front of the room, because the person with the marker makes the money. The person with the marker makes the money. Now, with your individual prospects, use third party. But I'm telling you, when it comes to getting in front of the room, developing those skills, that was wildly important in my career, and it will be important for you too. And when I started, I was scared to death, but I just knew that was the path to success. So I'm not scared to death anymore. I don't get nervous anymore. But I did at the beginning. And it starts with, you crawl before you walk, before you run. Get in front of the room. All right, strategy, work hard at becoming a great presenter. Strategy number 5, how to close, how to get people to pull the trigger. How do you get people to say yes to the network marketing, your product or your opportunity? I found that what I did for 3 years, I said, what do you think? What did you think? What did you think? Which is the worst question you could ask after a presentation. What did you think? Because it invites the critic. They're basically instructed to try and sound smart by throwing in some criticism. Unless you find that 1 out of 100 that just, finished praying an hour ago saying, God, please send me a sign, show me a way to make some money because I've got to do it. I learned that there's some leading questions that will make this process go smooth for you and change everything for you. Did it make sense? When you're done with the presentation, did it make sense? Did you get it? What did you like best? And wait for their answers. What did you like best? Oh, I like the product. Oh, I like the opportunity. Oh, I like the fact that I can work on my own. I like the fact that there's, a career path. I like whatever. What did you like best? Get the answer. Then listen to this now. Pay attention to this. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no interest and 10 being ready to sign up and get started, where are you? They might say they're a 2, they're a 7, they're a 6, whatever. They'll typically say 6 or 7. But even if they say 2, what does that mean? Is that a positive or negative? It's a positive. They have some interest. If they had no interest, they'd say a 1. So if they say 2, you just want to say, listen, how can I help you get closer to a 10? So you ask them these leading questions. You ask them the scale of 1 to 10 question. How can I help you get closer? Well, I need to know more about the product. I need to know this. Or I need to check out that. Or I want to do background on the company, whatever it is. They'll give you the instructions on how to get them closer to a 10. That's your job. Don't worry about closing. Just worry about going from exposure to exposure and increasing their confidence. Then there's a 4-question close that I would do. I'd go through all these things. They make sense? You get it? What'd you like best? Scale of 1 to 10? How can I help you get closer to a 10? They tell me something, whatever. I'd have to see how I make money. This four questions that I've learned and I've used for many, many years it works tremendously well. And it's just question number 1. If you're going to get started on a part-time basis, approximately how much would you need to earn each month in order to make this worth your time? Okay? Question number 2, how many hours a week could you realistically commit to creating that type of income? Get the answer. So let's say, to question number 1, they say $2,000 a month. All right, question number 2, how many hours a week could you realistically commit to creating $2,000 a month? Get the answer. They say 10 hours. Fantastic. How many months would you work to develop that type of income? Oh, I'd do it for 6 months. So question number 4, so if I could show you how to make $2,000 a month, working about 10 hours a week over the course of the next 6 months, would you be ready to get started? Yes or no? And they'll say, yeah, sure. And then you just pull out compensation plan, show them how they could do that, give them a little strategy on how they can do that. I'm sure you can figure that out. I've figured that out with anything that I've ever been involved with. So if I could show you how to do that. So those 4 questions are golden. They'll help you so much. You cannot even believe what it'll do. So again, did it make sense? Did you get it? What'd you like best? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? How can I help you get closer to a 10? I need this, I need that. Let me ask you a couple of questions. If you're going to get started on a part-time basis, how much would you need to earn each month in order to make this worth your time? $4,000 a month. Fantastic. How many hours a week could you realistically commit to creating that $4,000 a month? You know, I'd give it 20 hours a week. How many months would you be willing to work that 20 hours a week to develop that $4,000 a month? You know, 4 to 6 months. Fantastic. So if I could show you how to make $4,000 a month, working about 20 hours a week over the course of the next 4 to 6 months, are you ready to get started? That little process, and then show them how. Because they'll say, yeah, you can show me that, yeah. And then you should be able to pull out some third-party tool or piece of paper or compensation plan or put them on a 3-way call with somebody that can, you know, give them a roadmap on how they can go make that happen. So that's the 5. The 5 strategies are the $1 million mindset, how to never run out of quality prospects, how to invite properly, how to present, and how to close. Those sound basics, but inside each one of those, there were revolutionary things maybe you haven't heard before that will, if you work on it and if you spend some time on it, will give you freedom. And let me tell you something. For years, I've struggled with how to transfer recruiting mastery, this idea of how are we going to help people learn how to recruit? How are we going to help people get to fearless recruiting, to the people who need it? Because everybody needs it. Every single, you know, the biggest pain in our entire profession is in recruiting. So in reality, it can't be done in an hour or even a day. You need to completely immerse yourself in developing the skills. Then you need to practice over and over and over and over and over again to get it right. Well, in December 2011, we held an intensive 3-day GoPro Recruiting Mastery event in Las Vegas, Nevada. People from 33 countries around the world participated in a 3-day event. People came everywhere. I mean, it was an awesome thing. And let me tell you, we polled them before and after the event. They went from an average of 3 on a scale of 1 to 10 in recruiting confidence to a staggering 9 on a scale of 1 to 10 in recruiting confidence, all in just 3 days. But the reality is, even for them, that still isn't enough. You can't get all the way there in a weekend. You have to completely immerse yourself over time. You've got to listen over and over and over. You have to watch over and over and over. You've got to practice over and over and over to really go pro. So I'm really happy to say we've come up with a perfect solution. We talked about some ideas today. We talked about some secret strategies today, but I will give you the best strategy I know on how to really unlock your potential in network marketing. What if we could create the ultimate home study course from that amazing event and deliver it to you in audio form, video form, and home study workbook form? That's exactly what we've done. Here's the GoPro Recruiting Mastery Home Study Course. Everything you see and more you get inside of this program. There's an MLM Blueprints workshop. I will tell you, it's one of the most important workshops to getting your mind right for the $1 million mindset. Cody Bateman, superstar trainer in network marketing, ambassador for the MLM profession, did a workshop called the MLM Blueprints. And what that is understanding that there's psychic damage in all of us when it comes to the topic of network marketing. There's things that we have to get over. There's times that we've been shut down, and it's built a blueprint in our minds. And we have to learn to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, and develop a positive blueprint if we want to expect to develop that $1 million mindset. This is a 2-hour workshop done by Cody Bateman. It's not available anyplace else in the world other than in this home study course, a 2-hour MLM Blueprints workshop. Now next, have you ever heard of Tim Sales? Tim Sales in our profession is probably the premier generic network marketing trainer, premier ambassador for the network marketing profession. He created brilliant compensation to help people understand what network marketing is. I asked him if he would come and do his professional inviter workshop, real skill-based workshop on how to invite professionally, how to do it right, and with drills and a lot of role-playing. This is a 3-hour workshop that Tim Sales performed at this weekend event, all recorded and all prepared for you. Professional inviter workshop. This alone is unbelievably valuable. Richard Brook is another ambassador of the network marketing profession. He did a workshop on vision that will blow your mind. Again, helping you develop that $1 million mindset inside of network marketing. Your vision is so important. Remember I said you have to go from being a pessimist and a realist to being a visionary? This is the workshop that will help you do that. This is another 2-hour workshop on vision by Richard Brook. And then Harvey McKay, the author of How to Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive and many other best-selling books, did a networking workshop. He, in my opinion, is the best pure networker on planet Earth. He is so amazingly unbelievable. He came as a favor to do a special 2-hour networking workshop for everyone at this weekend event. And that was all captured. And last but not least, I did a complete 9-hour recruiting mastery course. If you liked what you just heard in the last half an hour or so on the 5 skills, I go into it in so much detail. A 9-hour course on everything from how to get your mind right, how to get your head right, how to be proud of the network marketing profession, how to never run out of quality people to talk to, how to invite, and we role play that, and we answer questions on that, and we show you how to invite family, how to invite friends, how to invite coworkers, how to invite super influential people, how to invite strangers that you meet on the street, how to invite anybody. What you see on the screen here, these are all the objections that we show you how to overcome. We tried to put down every objection you could think of in all of network marketing, and we do an entire workshop on how to overcome objections. And there's a very simple process to answering questions and overcoming objections. We go through all of that. Anything that you'd want to know, building your brand, building your image inside of network marketing, learning how to be an effective communicator, all the different things that you need to do. But this course, this 9-hour course, may be the most important 9 hours of your entire career, because it will unlock the gateway to the gateway skill. You'll leave there with a roadmap on how to recruit on demand, how to be able to put this skill behind you for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about it again. That's what this 9-hour course will do. So this whole course is provided in audio, because what I learned with audio is one of my best tools. Is the benefit of audio is repetition. You could put this in your automobile or on your listening device, on your iPhone, whatever, and listen to it over and over and over and over and over again until it burns a groove in your brain. That's what I did with Jim Rohn, listening to some of the best personal development people in the world. I put those people into my automobile, into my vehicle, and I just didn't take it out. I turned the radio off, and I listened to this over and over and over and over and over until I mastered it, until I just had it backwards and forwards, up and down. That repetition was incredibly helpful for me. 20 CDs with all of the programs, 20 CDs with over 17 hours of CD content on specific information on recruiting mastery is included in this home study course. Video for visual retention. We professionally edited down all of the content into 12 DVDs. So you've got 12 DVDs plus instant online access. And what you can do with this is watch it over and over and over and take notes. If you wish you could watch this webinar over, because maybe some of it went a little bit fast for being able to take notes. Imagine being able to watch the complete comprehensive program over and over and taking notes, and also using it to train the people in your organization. It's amazing. And then the workbooks to take notes and study. There's an MLM Blueprints workbook for Cody Bateman's workshop. The Professional Inviter Drill workbook or booklet for Tim Sales' workshop. The Harvey McKay Network Builder book for his presentation. I provide the hottest recruiting scripts in MLM workbook, which goes through the 8 steps, all the scripts, everything else, plus a recruiting mastery workbook so you can fill it in and maybe basically make a journal out of it. And all of this is delivered in physical form and in digital form immediately. Digital immediately, physical, it'll be mailed to you. So here's what I want you to know. You don't learn something when you remember it. You learn something when you can't forget it. So until you master the skill of recruiting, listen to me, nothing else matters. You've got to put this in your rear view mirror. You cannot spend another minute until you figure out this gateway skill. You can't waste the next 3 to 5 years, or you can if you want to, I guess, figuring this out through trial and error over the next 3 to 5 years, but why? You can cut that learning curve dramatically. Just purchasing this program, I will tell you before I go into how you can get it if you want to, it's not enough. You've got to immerse yourself with review, study, and practice. Put those CDs in your vehicle and don't take them out until you've mastered recruiting. Turn off your television and turn on the DVDs to internalize the information. Use all the workbooks and take extensive notes. Take notes like you're going to use those notes to teach others. Find a friend or friends and practice the scripts and drills, and there are tons of scripts and drills and role-playing that happen in this program until they become second nature. And finally, teach the skills to others. That's what's going to really burn it into your brain and help you create legacy. So what would you expect to pay for something like this? To master the art of recruiting from some of the network marketing's best trainers, over 17 hours of seminar information, 20 CDs, 12 DVDs, 5 workbooks, instant online access, all in a beautiful package. What would you expect to pay for something like that? The truth is this program would be worth every penny at $2,000. A few $1,000s to earn the skills to become a high-income earning network marketing professional. I use these skills to make $15 million. What would that have been worth for me? $2,000 would be no problem, far less than a single semester of college. But I want to offer this program to everyone, not just the few who would pay what it's worth. So for a very limited time, this entire home study course is going to be available for the extremely low price of just $297. That's it, $297 for all of it. And even at that price, you have no risk. If you're not satisfied for any reason, simply send it back. We'll give you a 100% refund, no questions asked. Our goal really is to help change the profession, to raise it up, have more professionals than anybody else. And we want to massively over-deliver on this product by giving you 10 times the value. So $297, you can get all that, and you have no risk, because if you're not satisfied, just send it back, no questions asked. And when you purchase this product, here's the process. You're going to get instant online access. A few minutes from right now, you can begin the process of becoming a recruiting master. A few minutes from right now. Then in the mail, you're going to receive a physical package. You're going to love this addition to your learning library. The physical package comes in a big clamshell. It's got everything in it, all the workbooks, all the CDs, all the DVDs. It's going to be awesome. So that's the process. And why you should act now, this product is only going to be available for a few short weeks. On Sunday, February 19th at midnight Central Time, it will be taken off the market and discontinued. Only the people who purchase between now and then, they're the only people who are going to have access to this product. That's it. It's available for a couple weeks, and that's it. It's gone. It's taken off the market. So what I would ask you to do, the GoPro Recruiting Mastery Home Study Course, you'll be given a link that you can click to order. It'll have all the information. What I would suggest to you more than anything else is, you know what? Whether you order or not, if you order, fantastic, congratulations, you're on your way. If you don't order, I hope you got value from the last hour of information. I hope you got some good things that you can use to be able to go make some money. But I will tell you, if you're not willing, if you haven't figured out recruiting, if you haven't mastered that skill, I don't know why you wouldn't order. It doesn't make any sense to me why you wouldn't order. If someone told me 24 years ago that they would take all of their 24 years worth of experience, if somebody told me when I first started, someone who's making had made $15 million, had 24 years experience, had been through what I wanted to have, if they told me they were going to share everything that they used to develop that income for $297, even back then being broke, I'd have figured out a way. And then if they told me that they would add Cody Bateman and MLM Blueprints and Tim Sales with Professional Inviter and Harvey McKay, author of Swim with the Sharks, and Richard Brooke on Vision, in addition to that, I would say, come on, forget about it. Not only am I going to have it, but everybody in my group's going to have it. It's that important. You and your organization can change today. Everything can change today if you decide to go ahead and pull the trigger. If you don't, you're still my friend. I want to see you do well. I want to see you break through. You've got a limited time for those that want to do this, that want to change your life. I hope you go ahead and do that. And here's what I will tell you. That's been Fearless Recruiting, the 5 secret strategies I use to go from failure to $15 million in network marketing. If I can do it, so can you. Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go learn and then go tell the rest of the world. Everybody have a great day. And thanks for attending this webinar. I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.